The movie begins on a cloudy afternoon when a vehicle drives by a disinfection zone in Chinyang. The driver rolls down his window as he stops beside a man in a protective suit. The man removes his mask as he explains the situation regarding the minor leaks in a biotech district nearby. The driver annoyingly asks if they are burying all the pigs again. The driver abruptly leaves as he confirms that it has nothing to do with the pigs. As the vehicle departs, the driver tries to reach his phone from the passenger seat when suddenly he hears a loud bump sound down his vehicle. He stops. He is irritated, so he leaves without hesitation after learning that he unintentionally hit a deer. A short time later, the bloody, cold body of a deer resurrects from the dead with its eyes turning white. One morning, a workaholic father named Seok Woo receives a call from an investor that would like to get rid of his share from the use in biotech due to the rumored leak. Seok Woo calmly persuades him not to, and that the rumors could have been false information. Later on, he calls over Mr. Kim to his office. Despite being aware of the problems with the leak and the harmful effects of doing so, he tells him to liquidate all funds associated with it. Later that day, in Seok Woo's house, Suan, his daughter, calls her mother on her phone while huddled under a blanket in her dim room. As the light turns on, she whisperingly ends the call as she senses her father's arrival in her room. Seok Woo hands her her early present for Suan's birthday. Suan blankly opens her present and dismantlingly looks at her Wii console as it appears to be the same as the present in exchange. For the repeated gift, Seok Woo asks Suan about her wishes, and she straightly expresses her desire, eagerly wanting to leave for Busan tomorrow. In Seok Woo's bedroom, his mother leaves a video recorder on his bed containing Suan singing. He gladly watches the video, but switches his emotion as soon as he sees his child stop in the middle of her singing. Early morning the next day, Seok Woo and Suan depart to the train station. On their way, they are startled by emergency vehicles and fire trucks rushing to a building set on fire. After a while, a group of baseball players inside the train is taken aback by the arrival of Jin Hee, the school's cheerleader captain. She sits beside Min Young, her friend, and the baseball players tease them as they know her feelings for Min Young-guk. Meanwhile, Seok Woo and Suan arrive on the train and search for their designated seats as the train takes off. The conductor fails to see an injured woman rushing inside the train. Afterwards, he leaves and sees from a distance a bunch of people causing a commotion. The door closes. Meanwhile, as the conductor outside the train is attacked and knocked to the ground, Suan is startled. Suan decides to tell her father, but learns he's in a deep sleep. She does not bother to wake him up after that. As she's about to take a piss, she notices a scared homeless man in the lavatory being questioned by a male attendant and Yansup for his reluctance to leave. He whispers, "Everyone is dead," and the attendant is confused. A middle-aged guy named Songhwa intervenes to prevent her from opening the lavatory door while his pregnant wife Songjung is inside. He humbly points out another restroom that she can go into. On the other hand, Seok Woo looks for Suan as he awakens from a brief nap. He hears a call about a woman suffering a seizure and worriedly begins looking for his daughter. After some time, the injured woman from before is currently experiencing a seizure. A female attendant rushes to aid her and calls for assistance from another attendant. The infected start attacking the passengers in the vehicle, which causes them to scream and frantically flee to another railway car. After a few minutes, the injured woman is being weakly carried on the female attendant's back as she firmly sinks her teeth into her neck. Witnesses on the scene are shocked, and the attendant falls down and quickly contracts the infection. A male attendant notices the situation discreetly and rushes to warn other passengers in various railway compartments to flee immediately. He pulls one of the passengers out of sleep when suddenly he is viciously bit on the neck. Meanwhile, Seok Woo is disoriented and perplexed by the situation until his daughter yells for him to come closer to her. He immediately carries her as they run hastily away from the infected passengers. In another train car, Songhwa is baffled as to why people are frantically running and screaming. Suddenly, Songhwa and his wife both terrifyingly watch a screaming woman being attacked by an infected passenger. Irritated, Songhwa drags the man to the lavatory to assist the screaming woman by locking him out. As Songhwa delays the infected from reaching the other survivors in the other train car, Seok-woo, carrying Suwon, goes past him screaming in fear. The survivors assemble in one of the railway cars. Yeonsup orders Seok-woo to close the glass door so that the infected and Songhwa and his wife cannot enter. Later, the couple breaks through the glass door and luckily avoid getting bitten. They dampen the door with water and stick newspaper to prevent the infected from seeing them. After some time, Seok-woo's mother calls him on his phone while gasping for air. She bids farewell as her voice abruptly changes to sound the same as the infected's. The call ends, leaving Seok-woo in tears. Later on, the conductor of the train announces their final stop at Daejeon Station. Everyone must exit once they arrive as the military is deployed there. As they arrive, the station is completely deserted. The surviving passengers survey the place as they leave the train one by one. On the other hand, Yeonsup dashes toward the conductor to persuade him to take him to Busan as it's the only safest route for them. The conductor insists on taking everyone on board. He does not want the others to know so they can move as soon as possible. Yeonsup sighs out annoyance as the passengers orderly move inside the station. They are surprised by a large number of infected soldiers. They hastily move away to survive the rabid attacks. Seok-woo frighteningly sees his daughter about to be attacked, but Songhwa and his wife manage to save her. Subsequently, Seok-woo speedily runs fast when an infected person suddenly blocks his way. The homeless man covers with a jacket the side of the infected person, and Seok-woo manages to escape as well. Passengers frighteningly rush back to the train to leave immediately, as the military deployment is not what they anticipated. Inside the train, Yeonsup angrily forces the male attendant to order the conductor to not waste any more time. Jin-hee weepingly begs him to wait as her friends and other passengers are still out there. Yeonsup pushes her and demands the male attendant to order the conductor. The train commences operation after that. Seok-woo and the rest of the survivors left at the station rush back to the moving train as they are being followed by tons of infected people. Seok-woo and Min Young-guk safely enter the moving train, while Songhwa delays his entrance and combats the other infected before he can grab Seok-woo's hand and enters the train. On the contrary, Songjeong and the other passengers with her hastily hide in a restroom as both sides of the train cars they go into are surrounded by infected passengers. Meanwhile, Jin-hee receives a call from Min Young, her friend, and asks him to come find her at train car 15. Meanwhile, Songhwa calls his wife and Suwon screamingly answers as they're stuck in train car 13's lavatory and in need of immediate rescue. After that, Songhwa devises plans to move past 4 train cars before they can reach the other survivors. Min Young-guk, on the other hand, joins them as his friend Jin-hee is alive and well in car 15.
They use his baseball supplies and equipment as their protective gear to combat the infected. As the train passes through a dark tunnel, they commence their attack. They use their fist, shields, and baseball bat to fight the infected people. They move straight to the next car. The next car is occupied by infected baseball players, which Min Young-guk is afraid to attack. Seok-woo and Songhwa fight on their own, while Min Young-guk frighteningly watches the fight as he becomes stiff. To combat his friends, the train goes into a dark tunnel again. The infected passengers lose their sight as the 3 of them breathlessly manage to escape. They draw closer to where Sung Jin-young and the rest are. Seok-woo borrows Songhwa's phone to use to make the ringing sound lower the infected passengers. Consequently, they unite again with the rest of the survivors in the lavatory to move straight to car 15. The group silently crawls through the overhead luggage rack while the train passes through a dark tunnel. They safely go down. However, the homeless man slides down, creating noise to attract the infected passengers. Seok-woo silently approaches him when suddenly the natural light goes back and they hastily run as the infected passengers sight his back. Subsequently, the group runs toward the next car, only to find out that the car 15 they're heading to is locked. Songhwa vigorously holds on to the glass door on car 14 as the infected passengers forcefully barge their way in. As Min Young-guk can't get a hold of Jin-hee's phone, he angrily smashes the glass door of the car 15 multiple times. Meanwhile, on the other side of the glass door situates the other arrogant survivors who ignore the call of others. They shut Jin-hee's mouth so she does not make unnecessary noises. As the glass door breaks, Min Young and the rest hastily run towards the next glass door, which Yeonsup forcefully closes. Simultaneously, Xiaoku and Songhua persist in blocking and fighting the infected passengers. Songhua is bitten, and his wife slowly moves near him, shedding her tears. He screamingly tells her to stop moving closer and requests Xiaoku to take care of her while he alone blocks the breaking glass door. Afterwards, he screams Yul Sayan to be named after their unborn child. The infection spreads to his body later. At the same time, Min-young and the rest open the Car 15's glass door seconds before they nearly get bitten. Xiaoku frustratingly punches Yeon-suk. Yeon-suk claims that Xiaoku is infected, making the rest judge him out of fear. After that, the new arrivals are sent to the vestibule as the other passengers frighteningly believe they are infected. Sometime later, one of the passengers in Car 15 unhesitantly opens the glass door with infected passengers to cause a rampage in their car full of arrogant and selfish people. Many die. After some time, Xiaoku receives a call from Mr. Kim. Mr. Kim emotionally informs him that the biotech company they revive causes the massive death of people. He feels responsible. Xiaoku calms him down. Xiaoku is depressingly surprised by the news. He weeps tears after their call. Minutes later, the conductor announces stopping at Dongdaegu Station due to the track blockage. He then finds a safe train to transfer the surviving passengers. Simultaneously, Xiaoku and the group swiftly move to search for the train to Busan Station. On the other hand, Yeon-suk and the male attendant survive the rampage on Car 15 by hiding in the laboratory. Yeon-suk tricks the attendant into using him as bait for infected people outside the restroom. He hastily runs, leaving the train's exit door wide open. Meanwhile, Min-young and Jen-his unexpectedly get separated from the group as a moving train set on fire overturns near them and causes massive destruction. They are completely taken aback. They immediately move forward by breaking another train door's glass window. Suddenly, Yeon-suk arrives to push Jin-his towards him. She gets bitten while Min-young is in the middle of breaking the window. While Yeon-suk manages to escape, Min-young stays and begins to whimper when he sees his friend become slowly infected. He gets bitten afterwards. After that, Swan weepingly wakes her father from his sudden unconsciousness from the after effect of the destruction. His eyes widen as he sees numerous infected people above them inside a tilted train. After a while, the conductor begins to slowly move the train he transferred in. While he searches for a survivor approach, he immediately sees Yeon-suk. He hastily runs to help him as he stumbles on a steel rail. They both get infected. Yeon-suk frighteningly leaves him as he swiftly chases the moving train. Subsequently, Xiaoku finds a way to escape from being trapped. He goes first. Then Suwon and Sinjin-young come after. The homeless man with them unhesitantly stays to buy them some time. Minutes later, they hastily chase the moving train followed by hundreds of infected people. They manage to ride the train safely. However, on the train, Yeon-suk is minutes away from being completely infected. He attacks Xiaoku and hardly bites his hand. Xiaoku angrily throws him out of the moving train afterwards. Nearing becoming infected, Xiaoku quickly teaches Sinjin-young how to operate the train. Afterwards, he bids farewell to his daughter. They both shed tears while Swan holds on to his sleeves. Xiaoku weepingly leaves the operating room while Sinjin-young has Swan tight to not chase him. Afterwards, Xiaoku reminisces about the baby Swan. He smiles and lets himself fall off the train as his eyes turn white and the infection spreads around his body. The movie ends when Swan and Sinjin-young arrive at Busan Station. They carefully go straight to a dark tunnel, while soldiers from the other side spot them from afar. Soldiers are ordered to shoot, but one is hesitant to pull the trigger. Suddenly, they hear Swan emotionally singing. Soldiers learn they're survivors and approach them quickly.